situation played out. In Kano State yesterday, we saw that, there was a bonfire, there was stones stolen at the helicopter. The police has said that's fake news. The APC also says that's fake news. But the PDP says, look, this was orchestrated and is sponsored by the All Progressives Congress, some members of the All Progressives Congress who are disgruntled and all. Now, this is taking, some people are putting a political face to it. Some other Nigerians are saying, look, if your wife slaps you, I hear people say that in the morning, that if someone slaps you, sometimes you need to take a sit back, and think about what could have happened, why such a person who may have loved you before would slap you. So it calls for introspection as to what could have been the reason, what could you have done that would lead to such a reaction from the person. But then, as a journalist looking at this and looking at the office of the president, what do you make of this situation?
Okay, thank you very much. As you say, it calls for introspection. The public has always given support, especially in Kano, in the northwest, to Mr. President. He has won all the elections since he began to contest in 2003 in Kano City. So what went wrong? How did this relationship go sour? This is a call for introspection. It could be a fifth non-performance or a sudden disappointment, disillusionment with the policies and achievements of the government. We recall that a recent report that came out indicated that about 133 million Nigerians now live in multidimensional poverty. We recall that the security situation in the country has degenerated. In the first quarter of April 2022 alone, over 1,700 people were killed. We recall that the inflationary rate in the country is around 23%. We recall that all the indices of development, as it affects Kano is an industrial city. Ordinarily, they should be the last to show this level of disgust at this administration. But they are showing it. But even beyond the issue of introspection, in the overall analysis of what a democracy should be, what played out in Kano and Katsina clearly shows that the power resides in the people. The issue of democratic sovereignty as a sovereignty of the people has always remained a topic of discussion among democratic thinkers. People like Jacques Rousseau, people like John Locke, Thomas Ross, and Baron de Montesquieu. Where does the power reside? Where does the sovereignty reside? It resides with the people. The people reserve the right to protest, to reject that phrase they use, Brameyi, we don't want. That is the power, that is subject to the rights of the people to exercise. But what I don't understand is the extent they went violent. If they had hurt the president, they ought to be liable to it. It happened in France. The president of France, Emmanuel Macron, was in June 2021 slapped by one Benin Powell. The man was saying that Macron's policies were not favorable to workers. In fact, he was a member of the Yellow Vest movement. Again, in November 2022, a female also accosted the president in a public function and slapped him for the second time. Both people were tried in a court of law and they were punished. So what I'm saying is that if you are protesting within the rights you have as a citizen, you don't go to the extent of conducting yourself violently. So what happened in Kano, where people were throwing stones at the helicopter of the president and all that, if they had hurt the president, it would have constituted an assault which would be punishable by the laws of the land. But that not said, without prejudice to the criminal aspect of it. The people have the right to actually demand actions from the president, from the government they have put in place. So this is democracy, but we must exercise it in a more cautious and a responsible manner.
Now, we've had these situations where people have said, oh, Nigerians need to express themselves some more. Nigerians need to be allowed to protest when they don't feel, like you mentioned, when they feel disgruntled, or when they when they place certain demands on their leadership and expect certain things to be done for them. But then in a situation where people are taking it upon themselves to constitute a nuisance, look at this situation. So I recall in 2015 or 2016, in Zaria, when the chief of army staff at the time was going to pass, and there was a procession by the Shia group. And after waiting hours and pleading with them, or for several minutes, the army opened fire on the people. That's constituted some level of a human rights abuse. Now, if, for instance, what happened yesterday had degenerated to the point where some of the security details attached to the president, maybe opened fire on the people, what do you think would have happened? Is that the way to go? Shouldn't people be able, go about protesting in a more civil manner? Protests are supposed to be civil. In a situation where people begin to throw stones, it means that they've taken taken it to the next level, which is why everyone condemns. That action stands condemned. Shouldn't the people know how to conduct themselves? If the people had decided, oh, we're not going to come out when the president is in Kano, that would have sent a stronger message rather than coming out to throw stones and set things ablaze. Now, that brings me to the point of the politicization of things like this. Some Nigerians believe that this whole thing was orchestrated by opposition and even members of the president's political party who are not happy with the way things are going in the party. Is that the way to play politics, where people sponsor thugs and sponsor hoodlums to attack others? Should that be the way things should go in this country at this point? We're in 2023, over 22 years since we got 3 years now since we got back to democratic rule.
Yeah, I agree with you that it has a political stage to it, because things have gone wrong all along. Why wait to this time to begin to constitute a nuisance to the president's project commissioning activity in Kano? So yes, I agree there are some political change, and we are in a political season. We are aware that in the next couple of weeks, the country will be going into a general election where the presidential candidates, the governorship, and National Assembly, lawmakers at the federal and state levels will be elected. So it's possible that some of these things are being engineered politically. That said, the people also retain their right to protest. But if they protest in a disorderly manner, they have to be subjected to the laws of the land. And that's why you have the security agencies. What were the security agencies doing? What were the police force, the Department of State Services doing at that moment? So it's just their duty that we see being disregarded. So whether they should have, what were you compared with what happened in Jos in Zaria a couple of years back? Yeah, it's not the right thing to do. The taking up of stones at the military, or the military retaliating with gunfire, they are totally wrong. Both incidents are totally wrong. Both actions and reactions are totally wrong. There are several manners, several ways people could be brought to justice. If they throw stone at the chief of army staff, they have a right to bring some of them to book by arresting them. They were not having lethal weapons. If they were having stones, they ought to be brought the book. We also saw that during some of the protests by the IFOP during the time they were not having arms. We also saw that live fire were opened upon them. The same way the shite were fired with live weapons. So all these are not the right way to go. We could use other non-lethal weapons like tear gas or water cannons to disperse the people instead of attempting to take away lives. Nobody has the right to take lives. So whether it's politics or whether it's not politics, the law has to be respected. The rule of law. We are a democracy. We are not a military regime. We have to respect the law. The people have to be more civil in exercising their disillusionment with the politics of government. So that is what we need to learn as we continue to advance as a democracy.
Now, let's bring this home and look at the angles to another angle to this. So, when this happened, the police says, "Oh, it's fake news. Nothing like that happened." Nigerians have seen videos of these things, these incidents on social media. There are also journalists who have, who interviewed the people on ground, or the young men on ground who were leading this protest and, stoning the helicopter. And they said, look, they're displeased at the situation of things in the country. The APC has also dispelled it as fake news. Are you not bothered that the work as a journalist, that the work that you do is being ridiculed and watered down, and everything is referred to as fake news? A lot of things are referred to as fake news if it doesn't sit well with certain powers that be.
Yeah, it's become very obtuse to use the word fake news to dismiss any news that does not align with us. All you need to do, the APC, they have a media unit. They have professionals working with them. All they need to use is to use the reverse app to check the video. That video is fresh. They have to just do simple reverse check on the video and know that video is fresh. Or if it is not fresh, they should provide that with proof, with evidence, not just dismiss it as fake news. This is what we keep doing in Nigeria. When we hear news that we should attend to, that is very urgent, we just dismiss it as fake news, and that has not helped us. We don't take responsibility. We don't attend to issues head on. We allow that to fester, and when it gets out of hand, then we begin to do a knee-jerk reaction. This is not the way to go. Journalism is just a professional duty. They are using all the relevant skills and the ethics to report. They are not siding anybody. That news was circulated from the social media. Most of the platforms that picked it on the basis of fact-checking, talking to people on the ground, to doing checks on the video, and they confirm that this happened. All they are doing is to get reactions from the various political parties. And of course, some of the parties will make a meal of it. The PDP are saying it's the failure of government. People are against the government. APC are saying no, people are not against us. That is what is required. But to just disrespect or try to condescendingly to the professional work of journalists in trying to bring attention to what is wrong with our society is wrong. We have to accept responsibility. We have to attend to issues as they arise. That is the duty of government. The government is supposed to be answerable to the people and not to dismiss what the people are talking about. That's not right. And that is not right also to disrespect the journalists. That is not right. We have to do the right thing in the country. That is the only way we can move forward as a people.
Interesting, well put. Now, speaking of people being displeased and disgruntled, we've seen reports of Nigerians, even Nigerians in diaspora, renouncing their citizenship of this country. There was a report a couple of days ago that many Nigerians, just within 2022, over 150 Nigerians or 159 Nigerians renounced their citizenship of the country. And within the last 12 years or so, over 350 people have renounced their citizenship. But then the larger number, 159 of them, renounced citizenship in 2022, with over another 300 pending or waiting, the immigration and the Ministry of Interior, to be treated. what do you make of the fact that most Nigerians now are seem to be losing their patriotism and love for country, and seem to be very dispassionate about Nigeria?
Well, this is shocking. This is shocking. I never believed it. I can accept that a lot of people would like to see greener pastures, but it's shocking the 300 and something figures you mentioned denouncing their citizenship. This is shocking. Although some people have said it's not totally surprising that this could happen, but I cannot wrap my head around it. That this is your country of birth. You have the blood of Nigeria flowing in your veins. You were Nigerian before you became whatever profession you find yourself. I don't understand how this is happening. People totally denouncing their citizenship. I can understand if you seek a second passport, but I don't know. I don't understand it. It's difficult because this country is blessed. This country is rich. This country has enormous potentials. We only need to fix the leadership of the country, and everybody will run to this country. A lot of foreigners, they desire this country. They want to be here, but we are not doing the right thing. So I don't get it. Nigerians denouncing their citizenship. Well, anyway, I think that if you look at issues of quality of education, quality of Medicare, if you look at the poverty levels in the country, if you look at the level of insecurity and conflict in all the three geopolitical zones, there could be reason to want to leave. But I don't understand totally denouncing citizenship. I don't understand it. I'm finding it difficult. Now, this government has done so badly in terms of instilling confidence in the country's future, instilling confidence in the country's economic survival. They keep talking about COVID-19 as the reason why the economy is going down. They talk about the Russia-Ukraine war. That is not building confidence. What has happened to farming? What has happened to the activities of productive agriculture? They talk about inflation as if it's only a global thing. It's not. You have the demand pull inflation. Demand pull inflation is when certain goods and services are greater than their economy's ability to meet those demands. So you have goods and services that are not reaching the people, and that leads to demand pull inflation. We have the inflation that is caused by high cost of production. High cost of production of goods and services is happening. The government is not building confidence in the people. You don't allow people to access the farmlands. They cannot produce food. There is food inflation. We are not doing anything about banditry on the highways. We are not doing anything about the protests, the agitations leading to armed conflict in the northeast, the northwest, in the southeast, in the south, and north central. People are being killed every day. Perhaps, I think, I don't have any doubt that these are contributing factors that making people to want to leave. But I don't know why they want to denounce their citizenship. But a lot of reasons, opportunities, they want to see opportunities. Nigeria is not creating enough opportunities. Even today, people they talk about poverty alleviation, they talk about social security, safety net. How many people can access this? How many can they bring verifiable data of the people who are benefiting? And how sustainable are those policies? How sustainable are the interventions the government are making? Is it the same in what happens in other parts of the world? Can you access grants for your business? Can you access soft loans? Can you be supported? Are the policies in the power sector, on road infrastructure, on health, can they sustain human life, human survival? These are the reasons, perhaps, why people want to leave. But I don't know why people want to denounce their citizenship. In the area of better education, yes, you can go out to get better education, you come back to use it to work for your country. But I don't know why you study, you don't want to return. Therefore, the issue of confidence. We must build confidence in the Nigerian economy. This is why this election that is coming is very, very important. The people must choose the right leadership that can indeed trust, that can indeed confidence in this country, because we are so blessed. We are a rich country. We can make it happen. We can lead the rest of Africa. This is what we should be looking forward to.
Very well said. My guest has been Mr. John Azu, who is a journalist and public affairs commentator. He's sharing thoughts with us on the situation, the situation where the president is being stoned and booed in, some parts of the country, especially in the northern parts of the country, where he has been on official visits in his home state, Katsina. A similar situation played out. Kano State yesterday, the same thing happened. In Bauchi State, people are saying, well, it's because the president was there. Some of the things that happened in the campaign. Official campaign of the All Progressives Congress, presidential campaign rather, of the All Progressives Congress didn't really go down well in Bauchi State. We'll continue the conversation. We'll talk more about the politics of this. This is Eagles Outlook on your radio experience. You can count on Eagles 102.3. Keep it with us.
Eagles 102.3 Abuja. 3 Abuja.
Only
you get what you want buy, but you don't get money. Microwave, TV, I mean you want pay about bill. Download Yangabeat from any online store with 100 naira. Fund your wallet. Choose a plan for your Get Pass. Start spinning and winning. The player with the highest number wins the beat. Anything what you want buy, you can beat it and win it. Yangabeat, Nigeria's online marketplace.
You can call us on 091 3000 2014 091 3000 2014.
No offense to the commercials. It's just that we want to see other audio.
Eagles 102.3.
I'm glad you stayed with us. This is Eagles Outlook on your radio experience. You can count on time now, 9:31, and we are talking about the alleged stoning of the president. Well, we say alleged because the police and the APC has refuted that and saying, oh, it was fake news, it didn't happen. So, well, it looks more like when the more you look, the less you see. A situation where what you see, when you see videos, they say, oh, these things didn't happen. They never really happened. Well, the conversation continues. We've been talking with Mr. John Azu, who is a journalist and public affairs commentator. We'll open up the phone lines now and bring you into the conversation. 090-7353-0044 and 090-8766-8888. You can send SMS and WhatsApp messages to 090-9705-4450. I'll take some of your thoughts before I get back with my guest. Hello, good morning.
Iheanacho Prince, I greet you.
Good morning, Sunday the Prince.
Thank you so much. What is happening today is a result of bad leaderships. Mr. President was among the people since left government, and you understand what the people are going through. And people so much trust and believe in him that if he becomes the president, he will better their lives. You understand? And they rally around in 2019, which me personally, in 2015, me, I never voted for him. Because I know nothing he can do as long as I'm concerned. But many believe that he can do it. Even some people was even comparing him Jesus of our time. People like Mayowa, they are comparing Buhari of Jesus of our time. So many must believe in him, some thought he's a Messiah. So, and coupled with all the promises he made to Nigeria, so many believes in him. I remember we were buying cuisine that time, NNPC selling 15 naira, other private stations are selling 19 naira. We wanted to buy for a cuisine, and one man was like making noise. That if Buhari comes back, that you guys will drink this for. That food will become
Sonny the Prince, we're having a hard time. I think the network is really it's not being friendly this morning. We can hardly hear you.
Okay, me, you're not hearing me.
Yes, there's a bit of a breakout here and there.
Okay, from your end. Okay, let me call back.
All right, please do call back. Appreciate that. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Iheanacho.
Good morning, Okwi. Good to have you.
And, good morning to all listeners. And I greet your guest. Okwi is my name. What happened in Kano yesterday? I can say that they have seen the light of the world. APC are reaping what they are sow. 2015, they make many promises. and what they are going to do give. That's propaganda to deceive those that can deceive, not me. I don't follow them. I don't vote, and I can't vote anything Buhari and the APC. But what's happening in Kano yesterday showed that people have rejected the APC and the Buhari government because people are tired. Are you hearing me?
We can hear you.
Iheanacho?
We can hear you.
Yes.
Okay, we can hear you.
People are tired of APC government and the Buhari government. People are hunger, insecurity, killing everywhere, starvation, unemployment, youth on the streets, everywhere, wildly. Nothing is happening. No right, no power, no fuel, no naira scarcity, fuel scarcity, everything, nothing is going on. Nothing is going on. That's shows that people are not happy with them. People are not happy. People are tired of APC and the Buhari government. And somebody like Atiku Abubakar is coming up during campaign, deceiving himself. See, Atiku, Northerner will not succeed the Northerner. And the Muslim will not succeed the Muslim. Yes. Even if you are thinking that there's some Buhari that will go to. No, we can't agree. Enough is enough. Thank you. Have a nice
Thank you very much, Okwi, for calling in. And, well, those are your thoughts. Now, let's come back to you, Mr. John Azu. Looking at the APC as a political party, you know, the APC had always campaigned to say, has always been, confident that the President Muhammadu Buhari's 15 million votes, because of his cult-like following, as they ascribe it to him in the north, that the APC has the north. Looking at what's playing out now, where the same north, where the president is said to have the most, followers. Kano State gave the highest number of votes in 2015 and 2019 to the president. In a situation where these same people who the APC is banking on have turned around to start to stone the president and say we don't want and we're not part of this Bamwa Bamwa. So, what do you think would happen? What are you looking at when it comes to the fortunes of the APC going into the 2023 elections?
Okay, I thought it's 12 million votes or 11 million votes from mostly the northern part that Buhari as a candidate of the CPC, also candidate of ANPP, have been scoring in most of the northern states. So not 16 million, if I'm not wrong. So Kano alone has 5.9 million registered voters. 5.9 million registered voters. A lot of them now saying that they don't want perhaps the president or the party. I don't know what they mean, but it's a red sign. It's a red flag. The people are feeling the pangs of poverty. They are feeling the pangs of insecurity. They are feeling the pangs of the absence of the petroleum products. They are feeling the pangs of lack of constant electricity. They are feeling all the negativity that have greeted the administration. Yes, this government has also built a connecting rail line trying to link the south with the north, Kano, especially with Lagos. They've also continued with the gas pipeline, which will reach Kano and then continue to the Trans-Sahara. And then there are a lot of projects. Even the president was there yesterday to commission some important projects for Kano. But I don't know why people don't want. It shows that in development, you must factor in things that impact directly on the people. People don't get interested in white elephant. White elephant don't move the people. They want projects that will impact on them directly. So the message they are telling the APC is that we don't know the policies, the projects. We don't care about all these ones. What we care are things that affect us directly in our welfare, in our security, and our well-being. So it's a message not just to the APC but to all the political parties that are looking at these 5.9 million votes in Kano to go out there and show the people that they will do something different. So it's not guaranteed for anybody. This election, not just in Kano, everywhere, This election is not sure. I cannot sit here and tell you that a party A or party B is the most favored party as of now. Everybody has the field to go and explore. So I wish them good luck. Let them tell the people what they can do differently so that they don't get greeted with this kind of resentment that the people of Kano have done to Mr. President. Thank you very much.
Very well. Let's bring in more callers. 09073530044 and 09087668888. You can send SMS and WhatsApp messages to 09097054450. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Oh, sounds like no one is there. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, my friend.
Good morning to you.
John from Suleja.
John, good to have you. Let's hear you, please.
Thank you. You see, this saying that when it's only the government need to be afraid of the people, not people being afraid of the government. It's only then that we get some things right. You don't need to tell people and begin to intimidate them that if they don't do your bidding, this heaven will fall. People voted for you. People are expecting a return, social contract. Is that what they call it? And yes, when you are not missing up, look at what people are going through. You queue up to collect your money, just here like you analyze in the morning. You come to collect fuel, your own money in the bank, you cannot access it. And people, those who are really you, are comfortable with it. Just like man that I was saying in the morning, you don't tell people how to react. When you are pushed to the wall and you bounce back, what do you do? See, in this part of the world, we are tolerating enough. And when people do this, it becomes, hey, what do you do? The respect of the president and all that. So remember that good luck was stone. Was through pure water in Bauchi. On cause of it, nobody talk about it. The reaction of Buhari that time, Lai Mohammed and Tinubu himself. He said, yes, that shows that people have rejected you and you are on your own. You don't, they laugh over it. And what goes around, they say, what did they say? What goes around comes around. It's normal. It's normal. They don't push people like that and they could feel unconcerned. Nothing is their business. There is hunger everywhere in the land. No, those people, they accepted and their own reacted. If we were in the south now, these people have started. You see almost cars out everywhere, begin to move people down. They'll take it easy on this one. So it's not surprising to me.
All right.
More are to come. Thank you.
Thank you, John. We would not encourage more to come. No one should embarrass the president like that. Let's all stand together to condemn such a thing, because the president will leave tomorrow, and when another person comes in and that's done, it becomes a norm for people to desecrate the office of the president. It would not be welcome. 09073530044 and 09087668888. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
I'm sorry, Iheanacho, good morning.
Good morning.
Hope you coming back.
Okay, you have less than 30 seconds, please.
Last caller said that there's expecting more to come. People have pushed to the wall. A goat cannot bite. Do you know that? But there are people who can push a goat to the wall. It will bite. You know that a goat can bite. People are suffering. If I told you how much I lost in my business because of this bad government, you don't agree with me. Yeah? If I told you how much I lost from 2015 to date because of bad government, so people have pushed the wall and you expect them not to do something. Yeah? If Mr. President call, I will do all these people are going to do. I'm telling you, people are frustrated. Even me, I'm frustrated.
Okay.
Thank you. Have a nice day.
Thank you. Have an amazing day yourself. I'm going to bring in one more caller before we get back with my guest to wrap up this conversation. So take advantage of this. 090-7353-0044 and 090-8766-8888. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, Iheanacho, I hope you can hear me clear.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, just as I was explaining to you last time, the kind of belief our people have on Mr. President. You know, during that 2015 election, I remember very well. Then NNPC was selling kerosene at 15 naira, while other private stations are selling for 19 naira. So I wanted to buy kerosene that day. Man was like angry that military comes on board, that you guys should drink this your kerosene. And I told the man, look, okay, there's no point you cooking. You need to wait. The election is about 3 months to go. Take your stove, clean it, hang it on your ceiling, and wait until Buhari comes. In this country, you buy fuel at rate of, you buy kerosene at rate of 500 naira. The man became angry. I said, that is very what it will happen. That is very, and the man was angry. I said, look, just keep waiting, let us buy and go. Wait.
Okay, again, maybe the network did you in. Well, let's wrap this up. Mr. John Azu, okay, we have a few more minutes. Maybe I could squeeze in one more caller. This is we're at the point where we're counting days, just about 25 days or so to the election, and it seems like Nigerians are undecided. Like you mentioned, you don't even know where it's going to go, which way the elections would go, and political parties and the candidates have all been making promises. Everywhere they go, they make this promise. Everywhere they go, they make a promise to the people based on the problems of the people. In 2023, when we finally have a new administration, do you think that things would change for the better? Because over time, we've seen that in 2015, there were promises made. In 2019, promises were made that things were going to get better. Now we're in that cycle again, and people have made promises. All the presidential candidates and their parties have made promises to Nigerians. Do you think they would be able to keep these promises and make things better for this country? And how can Nigerians hold them to account and hold them to the promises that they've made?
Okay, Iheanacho is a straightforward thing. My attitude to choosing a leader is to look at the antecedents. You are correct to say they are making the same promises. They are all saying, we're going to revive the economy. They are all saying the same thing. We're going to tackle insecurity. We're going to deal with inflation and all that. They are all saying the same thing. And I will look at it. I have this attitude to say, what have you done in the past in terms of, can I trust you that given a bigger platform, you will do better? If I can keep my money, to be honest, there's no money to run this country. Let's be honest. They've been borrowing money. Nigeria has about 25 trillion naira in debt. Where are they going to find the money to work? Are they going to increase taxes? Our tax to GDP is still around 6%. We are not close to Ghana. Ghana is about 17% tax to GDP. But yes, you have oil, you have commodities. So it's not expected that your tax to GDP should be that high. But without that, where will you get the money? So I don't trust you when you promise things. The people are going to bear the brunt at the end of the day. So I want a situation where I can trust you that you know how to manage money. Nigerians should look at somebody who knows how to manage money. There is no money to run. These guys are going to borrow, or they are going to increase taxes. There is no money. So if they are going to borrow or increase taxes, then I have to give it to somebody I can trust. That they will not mismanage the money. Because if we mismanage this money this time around, we take it to 25 trillion, we double it to 50 trillion by ways and means, then this country is gone. It's gone. So the people have to look at this candidate who can manage money, who can manage resources in such a way that will begin to gradually pull out of this pit. We have to come out. This country is rich. This country is blessed. It can come out, but we need to get it right. So look out for this kind of candidates. They are saying the same thing. They are going to implement the same. Some may be worse. The tax rate may be high, maybe up the full roof. Can they be able to be accountable? Can they be able to be following up with all the agencies, departments, all the sectors that need to work? Will they be able to put an eye on them? Will they be able to hold them to account to the people who have mandated them to be in office? Will they do that? Or will they be acquiescing to their acolytes, to their cronies, or to their proxies in power, or those they will be appointing? Or will they be answerable to the people who have put them in office through their vote? These are the things that we should be looking out for in making that choice. Okay. For me, I know that these are the important elements that we should be looking out for as we make that decision on the 25th of February 2023 and on March 11, 2023.
Very well said, Mr. John Azu, seasoned journalist and public affairs commentator. Thank you so much for talking with us this morning. We really appreciate your thoughts and time on the program.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure.
A very pleasant day. And to all of you who's been a part of this conversation, we say thank you to you who's listening to me. You have a choice to make. In the next 25 days, we go to the polls. Scrutinize these candidates. Put yourself in the position of a person who is detribalized, who has no religion, but wants the best for Nigeria. Take that position and put yourself in the shoes of a man whose business has been run aground and he's looking for solutions, looking for the best hand to fix his business and recruit the best candidates for Nigeria. This is where I would drop it. And I'd say, let's do our bit. That's your civic responsibility to elect and choose the right leader for this country. If you do it based on ethnicity, religion, or any of those sentimental and primordial, whatever, sentiments, then we would all suffer it. We would all queue up in the banks to get our money. We would all queue up in the fuel stations to buy fuel. We would all go to the markets and lament the prices of things. We would all sleep with our eyes open because we're afraid of insecurity. If you want these situations to change, then put away your sentiment. Put away all of those little things that divide us and look critically to selecting the best candidates. There are 17 of them. Let's not restrict ourselves to just 4. Look closely and vote for the right candidate. And that's the program today. My name is Iheanacho Prince. Business news is up next. Right after that, we'll get on with the midday extra. Don't forget, get up, stand up, fight for your right, and take your right. The only way you can do that is going to the polls and electing the right leaders. Bob Marley.